And now, your Midday Ark-La-Miss news update.
Wednesday morning, I'm Randy Stone with your Morning News 10 update. This morning, we are following the storms from Tuesday and the damage to our area. Caldwell Parish Sheriff's Office is reporting that 2 people were injured inside their home during this storm. It's not yet known what their conditions are. Take a look at this weather map from Tuesday, and you can see Caldwell Parish was in a tornado warning. There are observed damage in the area. The National Weather Service will be completing surveys over the next few days to confirm and rate potential tornadoes. Severe weather ripped through parts of Mississippi on Tuesday, leaving severe damage to communities. In Faulkner, the Mount Zion Cumberland Presbyterian Church had its steeple blown off. Hail and strong winds were reported throughout that area. In Lodis County, there were several reports of damage, and a fire station has had its walls ripped apart and a roof blown off. The storm even brought down the tornado siren located right next to the building and snapped it into multiple pieces, and so far no injuries have been reported. Monroe Police Department needs your help in locating these runaway juveniles. If you know the whereabouts of these people, contact the Monroe Police Department at 318-329-2600. Another missing person to report on. This is Misty Lane Hollis. If you have any information on where she is, contact the Monroe Police Department. Again, at 318-329-2600. Well, early voting in Louisiana is underway for those general elections that end Saturday. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is Tuesday. And early voting in Arkansas is also happening now and ends December 5th. For the December 6th election. To find a voting location, go to sos.arkansas.gov. Moving on to election news, December 10th elections are fast approaching, and we want to make sure you're prepared before heading to the polls. NBC 10's Sydney Lane has more on the amendments on the ballots this election.
As one election ends, another election begins. The December 10th election is coming up right around the corner, and there are 3 proposed constitutional amendments on the ballot. Today, we learned about proposed constitutional amendment number 2.
The proposed Second Amendment deals with the State Civil Service Commission. Right now, the governor appoints all of the members to it. This amendment would allow for some Senate control by appropriating each one of the members that come from the 6 congressional districts.
Dr. Sutherland goes over the pros and cons of this amendment.
If you were in favor of the Second Amendment, I think what you would say is this allows for senators to have some level of control, some check and balance over the governor's office, who currently appoints all of the members to the Civil Service Commission. I think most people who would be opposed to the Second Amendment would say this is just simply an unnecessary level of additional bureaucracy. It's not something that the people have really championed for. This is something really to shift power, if you will.
A question many voters might have is, will this cost more money?
And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Alex Noel.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Today's daytime highs are going to be reaching into those upper 50s. Some of you may actually stick around in the mid-50s, but do keep in mind today's going to be quite a breezy day. Most of Ark-La-Miss having sustained wind speeds ranging from about 10 to 15 miles per hour and a little bit higher. And also keep in mind within those sustained wind speeds, you may experience a gust up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. But again, today's highs are going to be around the upper 50s, and tonight's low is staying below average for this time if you're back down into the lower end of the 30s. Actually, southern Arkansas, you may experience again the below freezing, which is below 32 degrees, around 30 to 31, so a lot cooler and staying below average with a rather windy night as well. Now across the next 7 days, you may notice that Wednesday is going to stay relatively dry and windy, Thursday quite the same, but the rainy pattern continues over the weekend into early next week with rain chances ranging from about 10% to 30%, especially on Saturday with a spotty shower potentially. So if you have any outdoor plans on Saturday, I'd recommend putting those plans inside or at least making a plan B to do so. With your daytime highs ranging throughout the week after a quick warm-up on Thursday in the upper 60s to the lower end of the 70s as the week progresses. And your overnight lows after, again, the quick warm-up on Thursday are going to start increasing to the lower 60s to the 50s, some areas in the lower end of the 50s, but quickly warming up on Monday to the upper 50s. Staying nice and warm here in the Ark-La-Miss, above average for this time of year.